Hello, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is. Uh, Today I will be doing a very important segment that I think is very important, and it is. It is why we hunt. So, are we talking about the pros and cons of hunting? Are we talking about why people hunt, why we hunt in general, and if it's still necessary? So, basically, let's see. Oops. Sorry about that. Um, Basically, why we hunt is it can create a wildlife balance. We don't want overpopulated balance of wildlife, or else things would just get out of hand. And so I think this sets a very good standard and a very good kind of population balance in between wildlife and non-wildlife. Now, the con of that is that some people argue that you're reducing the population of wildlife too much drastically, and that could lead to extinction. So, I mean, you have kind of a both argument on each side for that. But the next thing that I think why we hunt is entertainment. It's fun. It creates memories. It creates very good memories. I mean, every year I love going out with my dad and hunting, and it's fun and it creates great memories so that when you get to be an old man, oh yeah, I remember back in my day when I was 14 or whatever, um we got this big ol' elk or bear or whatever it is. And so it's very fun to do. It's awesome, and it creates good memories with family members or just yourself. The next one, why we hunt, is it can be peaceful. A lot of studies have actually shown that people that are very stressed or anxious or stuff will go hunting, and it'll just release their stress, and it just really is good, and just totally, you know, takes their stress away. And so that's a really good, peaceful. I mean, I love it, wake up in the morning, 6 a.m., go hunting, and it's just quiet and peaceful, and you got the breeze and the wind chill, and it's just very peaceful. Another one is it doesn't feel like you're in a zoo, because you're not. I mean, you're in a zoo, obviously there's a cage. These animals can be spoiled because they have their own food, and they can be lazy, and you know just yeah, whereas this, you are out in the wilderness. You know that, I mean, it might be on your property, but you still have the danger, which is a con, to getting injured by a wild animal. And so it can just be very nice to just feel like you're really in the moment, like back in, 4000 BC when they had to hunt to survive. You just feel like you're in that moment, and it's really nice. Um, for some people, it actually can still be a necessity. I mean, I know people that live in a cabin up in the woods in the middle of nowhere. They have to hunt every once in a while for meat. They can't just go to the store if it's like 3 hours away, It still can be a necessity to this day. And I think it can just really be healthy for you to hunt and to get that experience, to know how to hold a gun, to know what to do with a gun and the powers of a gun. And it can just be really good to know what to do with a gun and what the gun can do. And so I think it's really healthy just to be able to hunt. Um, and let's see, it can be very educating, like I just said. It's very good to know how to use a gun and what there is to a gun. And so that education level can be very good. Um, and for some people, a lot of people, it can be very satisfying, just your first shot, The first time you shoot an elk, a bear, a deer, even a squirrel, I mean, it's just satisfying. You're like, wow, let's go. That is just awesome. Like, it just totally, like, you're so excited that it's just incredible feeling. Like, you totally know what I'm talking about when you shoot your first wild animal. Um, and in the end, you can create a trophy of it, you know, have a head of an elk, or even just the antlers sticking on a wall. Or you could have a bear. I know my uncle has a bear, you know, going like that out of a wall. And so you can really have a cool memory that you will always remember till your dying day. Now we're going to talk about some cons. So, some cons is it can cause pain for the animal, you know, and it can even cause pain for you. Say this is your first time hunting, you don't know what to expect, and so you shoot it and you're like, I don't think this is for me. That really hurt me, you know? I don't know how to express myself. Like, it just didn't feel satisfying, like all the hunters say. And it can cause a lot of pain for that animal, you know? Especially if you don't kill it instantaneously, which is pretty hard to do. It can be obviously unsafe. There's a lot of, not a lot of hunters, but there's always that story every season. Oh, yeah, hunter accidentally killed a hunter because he was, you know, a bird, or he thought he was a buck or something like that. And so, you know, it can be unsafe, but that also leads back to learning how to use a gun and learning the hazardous outcomes that can have on a gun. It can also, uh, you know, it can create a wildlife balance, but it can also reduce a wildlife balance, which is not necessarily good. But in the long run, if you think about it, that's why we have, you know, the Oregon, I can't think of it, Hunting and Wildlife Department. I mean, because they're gonna set the standards, they're gonna set the rules. If they see, oh, here in the Middle East of Oregon, we have a very decreased population of bear. We need to shut that down and get some rangers out there to make sure nobody is shooting. So, I mean, yes, I get it. Reduces population, but you always have the hunting and fishing department in each state that will take care of that and make sure that the animals will not be slaughtered, you know, to extinction. And it can also lead back to trophies. Trophies can be a benefit, they can also be a con. And so, benefit is, you know, it's really cool, makes a memory, that type of stuff, but also it can be, you know, it can be kind of depressing sometimes. If you have a friend over or something and they don't like that, it can just be kind of like, that's not very cool, you know? So, um, these are kind of the pros and cons of hunting. And so, I think that is really why we hunt. This is the first segment to the playlist of why we hunt and why we like to hunt. And so if you have any question, guys, please put it in the comment section. I would love to read your comments, and leave a like, and I'll catch you guys later. Thank you.